We're back with Dragon Ball Super. Last time, the Heaters have managed to unleash the full potential of Gas. And the only one who could take him on, the only one with enough power to go at it, was Goku. And thus, a battle between Gas and the son of the man who bested him rages across the universe even, as they proceed to teleport from one end of the galaxy to the next. What kind of mayhem will ensue? Let's find out. Dragon Ball Super. Oh, it's that one galactic patrolman who usually works with Jacko. Guy says, "What the?" as they just poured on in, and then a fury of blows between the two of them. Oh man, I love this choreography. Gas is going in heavy with those kicks too. And then Goku ports out and Gas follows him. Of course, the Galactic Patroller are just completely taken off guard. Then it's the planet of the announcer for the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament. Yeah, it seems like Goku is using the energy signature of Galactic Patrollers that he met during the whole Moro thing, as they end up porting over to where some other Galactic Patrollers are. And then again, Gas goes in on Goku saying, "You cannot escape me," only for Goku to point over in a certain direction, and suddenly Gas is covered by something. And it's Monaka. "Hey, Monaka, you and your luscious nips." And of course, Monaka is just completely taken off guard. And Gas is mortified. Goku says, "That's what you get for warping so recklessly. Go clean up in the river over there. I don't mind. You can get back to fighting after that." No idea what Gas is covered in. It's probably shit. Gas is mad and goes running after Goku saying, "Silence." They port over to Galactic Patrol headquarters, where we see the King of the Universe is bathing, and Gas falls right into the dude's bath. Goku, chuckling, says, "There you go, perfect time for a bath." And Gas just rises out of the water. Oh, he is pissed. Monaito is still continuing to heal Granola. Elect lands near Maki and Oil. And Elect says, "Now where did those two go?" But Vegeta, he knows what's up. He says he's buying time, jumping from planet to planet. But buying time for what? Granola to be healed? Elect tells Oil, "Get a lock on Gas's position via the tracker in his comms device." Oil says, "Got it." And now Goku and Gas are at the galactic prison fighting in the holding cells. And Gas says, "Enough of this. Stop leaping from one location to another." Goku says, "Ready to admit that I'm better than you at instant teleportation?" Gas says, "You're still going on about that." And you got a few of the guys who joined up with Moro saying, "Hey, ain't that the Heater's kid brother? Oh yeah, he used to be a real little guy. Psst, kiddo, remember us? It's been a while, huh? Looks like you got a bone to pick with Son Goku too. Bust us out of this joint and we'll lend you a hand." And Gas dismisses them saying, "The dregs of Sagambo's gang, huh? I have no need of your aid." And Sagambo's gang says, "The kid's real full of himself." And one of the other guys, the one who looks like a bear, says, "Remember the first time we met him? He was so scared he wet himself." And Gas pauses and is like, "I did not urinate on myself." And Goku's just like, "Ooh," got that face like, "Ooh, that tea." And then the one guy who looks like a bear says, "Nah, you totally wet yourself. Like, all like, big brother, I'm scared, help me." And Goku laughs and says, "Is that true?" And of course, Gas is getting pissed. It's like, I said there was no urination involved." And then the other guy says, "What about the wet stain we saw then? Does your tribe cry out of their Oh my god. Oh, I'm loving these guys. Even the one dude's just like, sick burn, man. And Gas gets pissed and said, "I did not wet myself. It was only a few drops because I had been holding it in for so long." There's just a pause and then Goku says, "Well, dang, you really did wet yourself." Oh man. Meanwhile, Oil is clacking away at the keyboard trying to find out where Gas and Goku went to. And then he says, got a lock on his signal. He's in the galactic prison. Maki says, what are they doing there? Oil then says, nope, hang on. They just warped even further away. And Alex's like, that idiot. They seem to have warped to another location with a lot of galactic patrollers around. It's almost like Goku is trying to expose the Heater's operation to the rest of the galactic patrol. And as they land in their new location, Goku says, so you just do everything your big brother says. You're way stronger than him. I bet you could make your own choices. Gas says, I seek power for Alex's sake alone. I follow his commands in order to make the Heaters the supreme organization in the universe. As he fires off Ki Blast at Goku, and Goku dodges out of the way. It's obvious that Goku is really starting to get Gas's goat. Try saying that 3 times fast. Goku says, oh, gotcha. I guess you really respect your brother. Gas then says, I was once the weakest among us, but Elect raised me to this level. I would do anything for him. Really? Huh. So the only reason that Gas has become so strong is because he was the only one who just put in that training. Goku says, sure, that explains it. Gas then says, Elect's will is absolute. Goku says, are you sure about that? How far can you trust him? My own brother almost killed me a while back, so you might want to watch your back. Wow. We never hear Goku mention Raditz. That is surprising. Meanwhile, with the Heaters, Maki says, what next, Elect? Elect says, never mind them for now. The only ones left here are half dead already. Let's mop up the stragglers first. Maki and Oil give a vicious grin, and Maki says, sweet, sounds like it's our turn for some action. And as they spot Monaito trying his best to heal Granola, they get ready to beat up a defenseless old man, essentially. Meanwhile, Gas and Goku are still going at it, with Goku struggling more and more. Goku, in a desperate dream struggle, has no choice but to get out of the way and warp out of there, with, of course, Gas following. Goku warps on one of the galactic patrol ships. It's that one person who ended up going with Vegeta when he wanted to go to, train with the people who taught Vegeta instant transmission and spirit vision. I'm forgetting their name right now, but, yeah, it's that same little dude. Ooh, and Goku's hands, they're shaking, he's burnt. Goku says to himself, darn, I can't keep playing defense much longer. But then Goku notices something, and he says, hang on a sec. The Galactic Patrol people are like, Goku? And just as Goku says, there we go, and teleports away, in comes Gas, just barely missing him, and then he follows. Oh, it's Whis. Whis is eating some kind of ice cream-like object that says, isn't it delectable, oracle fish? And in comes Goku and Gas. Whis says, Goku? Goku says, lucky for me you're hanging out in this realm, Whis. And Whis says, and why have you come to me? Gas says, who is this? Goku says, my master, who happens to be an angel. Huh. And Goku says, sorry Whis, but can I leave this guy with you for a minute? And Whis is like, huh? And Goku says, see you, Gas. And then he just ports to every previous location he's been to. Gas is so taken aback, it's just like, did he just? No way. So Goku essentially left Gas stranded across the universe, with him not knowing anyone to actually lock his energy signature onto. He was so focused on Goku, he never actually considered where he was going. As Goku ends up right next to Monaito, right as Maki and Oil are going in on them, and he's just like, he gives them the death stare. And Maki says, huh? How are you back here alone? Well, what did you do with Gas? And Elect is pissed because he knows what happened. Gas is just utterly furious, saying, crap, where did he go? Whis says, if you must know, Goku's returned to planet Cereal. It's a distance too great for you to warp directly. Gas says, which way is planet Cereal? Whis says, which direction? That way. And so Gas has no choice but to make a direct beeline to planet Cereal. So Gas has no choice but to expand his energy in trying to get back to Planet Cereal. And Whis says, oh my, why couldn't he have stayed for a more leisurely visit, especially when the planet has such scrumptious desserts? Right, Oracle Fish? And the Oracle Fish just says, who was that? And Whis says, huh? Did the Oracle Fish not see granola in his vision? I wonder. Gas in his vision. Gas picks up granola and says, Gas will be back soon, but I bought us some time. Let's get to safety for now. And up comes Oatmeal with a robot body. Kind of makes me think of Giru from Dragon Ball GT. Oatmeal says, get in. Let's take shelter at the old man's house. Goku says, it's you, Granola's talking half goggle thing. You can turn into a robot too? That's neat. Maki says, heads up, they're gonna run. Maki says, should we unleash our inner natures and fight them? Okay, so all of them can do it. Wild. Balek says, don't be stupid. You two could never beat that Saiyan. We'll retreat for now and wait for Gas to get back. Oil, keep an eye on them in the meantime. Oil says, got it. Okay, so apparently it's just the transformation is a thing that all of their races can do. But then Goku's receiving a call on what almost looks like the Omni King button from Whis saying, hello, Goku. Goku picks the thing up and says, huh? Where'd this thing come from? And Whis says, I planted it on you earlier. Goku says, you did? But how? When? Whis says, I must say, I can't abide you interrupting my dessert time. Goku says, sorry, but you were just the right distance away, and I knew he'd have to behave himself around you. True. Whis then says, speaking of Gas, he's hurtling towards you at a breakneck speed. Goku says, huh? He can fly through space? Whis says, he should be reaching your location within 20 of your Earth minutes. Monaito says, 20 minutes isn't enough for me to heal granola. Whis says, by the by, has your training borne fruit yet, Goku? Goku says, honestly, I'm still having a lot of trouble with that. I just can't keep my heart calm the way you do, Whis. Whis says, that's understandable. As an angel, I am fundamentally different life form from you. Goku says, so how do I learn to use Ultra Instinct better? And Whis says, how many times must I tell you? It's up to you to discover your own unique version of Ultra Instinct. Listen to the voice within you, deep down. What are you really? And Goku says, what am I? That's an odd question. Deep down, what is Goku? But Monaito says, hey, son of Bardock, there's something I should show you. Oh. So as they arrive at Monaito's house, he brings out Bardock's old scouter. Vegeta says, a scouter? Monaito says, yep, left behind by Bardock himself. It's yours now, by all rights. Handed it over to Goku. Goku says, the scouter was my dad? Vegeta says, allow me. Presses on it. You haven't seen Vegeta wear a scouter in a long time. Vegeta says, it's broken. However, there's evidence of saved audio data. Monaito says, I thought so. I've had it for 40 years, but I never could get it to play. Goku asks, what sort of data is it? Monaito says, it should be a recording of the fight against Gas. You might figure out how Bardock won the battle if we can get it to work. It's better than nothing. Vegeta looks at it and says Bulma could repair it, but Oatmeal interrupts and says, give it to me. I can access the circuitry directly and play the audio via my speaker. And meanwhile, Gas is doing his best pissed off Vegeta impression, just flying through space. Meanwhile, with the heaters, Maki says Gas is headed back our way, and he's super fast. That speed, and that's without a spaceship. He's really some kind of ultimate being now. Meanwhile, Oatmeal is fiddling with the scatter. Vegeta sees it powering back up, and then you hear Bardock's voice. He says, that attack had to have some effect. Monaito, use this chance to get as far away as you can. Monaito says, that's Bardock's voice. Bardock on the recording says, I'll slow Gas down. Listen to me, you two have to stay alive. And then those words trigger something in Goku. He's gonna remember his parents. Holy shit. What does that mean for Goku, though? Those words, stay alive. Stay alive. Stay alive. You have to stay alive. That triggers something within Goku's memory. And now we get the title card. Bardock versus Gas. 40 years ago. Bardock going on full on, I will beat up a little child. Bardock charges up his fists. goes swinging at Gas, managing to strike him. Gas manages to recover from the strike and says, judging from his tail, I suppose he must be a Saiyan, and a powerful fighter too. We believed only the low-class grunts were sent to this planet. Perhaps we were wrong. Gas and Bardock go at it. Gas lights off a massive energy beam. Bardock manages to deflect it, goes in for a gut punch on Gas, and then a kick. Bardock says that attack had to have some effect. Then he lands next to Monaito and Granola. Monaito, use this chance to get away as far away as you can. I'll slow Gas down. Listen to me. You two have to stay alive. But Bardock's scouter picks up Gas's presence as he bursts from the rubble and lands next to Bardock. Gas says, you cannot escape me. Bardock says, there's not even a scratch on you? What a monster. And Gas gets ready, saying, I'm going to end this now. I cannot afford to have Elect lose faith in me. Not here. And he ordered me to handle this without delay. So, yeah, how did Bardock defeat defeat Gas? He was not having a great time against... Oh, if he turned Super Saiyan, that would be too much. This was pretty fun, though, and very clever on the part of Goku, but I can't imagine what special thing Bardock did to trick Gas, aside from maybe just turning into a Super Saiyan or some shit. Because it's obvious that Gas was outclassing him. And what does Goku remembering Bardock and Gine, what does that do for him ultimately? How does that help him? Does that help him unlock something in terms of Ultra Instinct? Understanding his true self? I wonder. It's also cool to find out that Maki and Oil and Elect can all transform into that unleashed state. Wonder if we'll ever get to see it. But I love the tactic of teleporting to all these Galactic Patrol people Goku had met previously during the Moro fight. Because he can only teleport to places he's been and the people he knows about. So he's been teleporting to people he knows about. Just steadily across the galaxy. Boom, 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 boom. All because of the previous story arc. That's actually pretty awesome. And he used it to lure Gas away. And because Gas, he can only teleport so far, and he doesn't really know any of the people Goku has come across, it's just like, yeah, he's like, how the hell do I get back? And if you want to get back sometime within the next hour, you best start flying. And that thing with the prisoner saying Gas wet himself. Oh, God. That was pretty fun, though. But yeah, tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you think Bardock beat Gas? I kind of really hope it's not that he turned Super Saiyan or some shit. That would be a little too much. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. That way you don't miss out on the next one. Until then, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you later. Bye-bye!